Good morning. It's 8:51. Getting a nice early start today. Spent the night in Oi last night. Great place to stay. Beautiful bed and breakfast. Ate at a great restaurant last night. Wonderful. But we're on our way to Bayona. Anyways, it's a 20K walk today, and it's going to be right along the ocean again, and we have another beautiful day. First of all, we're going to go have a look inside that church before we get on the trail. Apparently it's spectacular inside, so let's go check it out. Unfortunately, our attempt to check out the church didn't happen. It was still locked, but we were able to look through the doors and have a look at the inside, and it was very spectacular. That's okay, there will be a lot of other things to see on the trail. Check out the color of that water this morning. Beautiful. That is the trail that we're going to be walking on, the start of it anyway. One great thing we've noticed about Portugal and Spain is that the countries are very clean. People take pride in their yards. All the streets are clean. We are continually seeing people sweeping up garbage off the street. Nobody seems to be throwing garbage along the side of the trail. Sometimes in South America, when I was doing on my last trip, motorcycle trip down south, a lot of countries take pride in their cities and their streets and look after things and clean things up. But some did not. In northern Peru, they just took their city garbage and just dumped it on the side of the road, creating quite a mess. But that's not happening here. These people understand the importance of keeping everything clean. It hasn't rained for a couple of days, so the creeks aren't full. An ancient archway over the creek up there. That rock wall's been there for a few hundred years, I'm sure. Hello! Oi is a very small village, and we're already exited it and on our way down the trail. I've been having my fair share of problems with blisters the last few days. I've got 3 blisters on one foot and 1 blister on the other one, so we've had to deal with that with Compeed, but blisters are a fact of life on the Caminos. You just have to learn how to take care of them and let them heal. For about the last 3 kilometers, we were walking along a great trail. It's right along the ocean on one side and near the backyards of people's houses on the other, which made for pleasant walking. Now we've popped out on the highway again, and it looks like we're going to be here for a bit. Some guy has either recreated or took the superstructure off a ship and put it in his backyard. So we've been walking by some beautiful estate hotels right on the ocean. Be a wonderful way to spend a week. Well, we're walking along the road for a little bit as we missed a turn about maybe 750 meters back. The trail is actually off up to the right here, but it's coming back down to the highway and then off to the left side of the highway up here about 200 or 300 meters. But yeah, I wasn't about to turn around and walk back. What was this? As you can see, cycling is extremely popular in Spain and Portugal. Right now the enthusiasm is probably fueled by Spain's version of the Tour de France. That's where the trail comes out of, the part that we missed. And now we are back on track, and it goes from the right-hand side of the highway to the left-hand side, which is going to be out here. We probably saved ourselves about a half a K. With the way our feet are right now, it's probably good that we saved the K. Well, this is better than walking along the side of the highway. I don't know if you can see it, but over there's a windmill. Seems to be, I've seen those in Holland, but not here. I've hardly seen any rundown shacks or whatnot. Occasionally we'll see a pile of rocks that used to be an old house, but I kind of suspect that they leave it there as kind of an artifact from the past. Sort of like a little heritage site in the neighborhood. From here we have a much better view of that windmill I pointed out earlier. I'm not sure if it has any function. kind of a cool thing to see along the way. Something different. We've never seen one in any other part of the Camino. My watch has indicated that we've hit over 10,000 steps this morning, which is about 8K, about 1/3 of today's walk. And that's a good sign to me that it's time to stop for a coffee. Well, here we are. This is what we've been looking for. Ah, there they are. So you've got the seats warm anyway, so we'll take those. And
You want to sit outside?
well, it's up to you. If you're cool, then let's go inside. So the total length of our journey is 280 kilometers, and we are at the 140 kilometer mark right now. So that means we are just passing the halfway point right now. So, bit of a milestone. We're halfway there. Another 6 days of walking. Be in Santiago. So there has been a very strong Canadian contingent here today. I just walked by a fellow from Quebec and we stopped and chatted for a bit. Up in front, there's Suzanne, and the group in front of them is South Africans, but there's another Canadian contingent in the 3 people in front of them. So yeah, we are well represented here on the Camino today. What's going on here? Oh ho! Beer stop! Well, this guy's got it happening. Good on you. Just back there was a guy selling beer. All he was selling was beer and pop out of a cardboard box on a little table beside the road. It is only about noon. So another 2 hours. 2 o'clock we'll be in the hotel. Coming up to one of our friends that we met on the Camino here. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hey. A little rest.
Time for a break.
Time for a break.
Oh, yeah.
They made us backtrack a little bit coming down here, so I said coffee break.
Coffee break.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Make up for that little backtrack we had to do.
Well, we couldn't find a better view, you know? Nice breeze.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Good spot. That's where we just came from. Up here. Another switchback. And then we're going there. Right over there. Crossing the highway. And back up the trail this way. I feel like crawling underneath that gate.
I saw that whole group of gals stuff.
Sure. There we go. It just opens up. Perfect.
Push it open.
Yes. That's it.
Well done, gosh.
Oh, well done for you. You've got this. That's fantastic. Well done, South Africa. Well, good for you. Good
Well,
dog.
you're 68 tomorrow, Mum.
68.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Birthday girl tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday. And here she is out walking all of us going up here. Everything good?
Good.
Oh, good. Well, that's it. We're at the top and I've already caught my breath, so all is good.
Yes.
So, you having a great day?
Good.
Oh, good. Although in behind that headland is a lighthouse I was hoping to get a better shot of, but it isn't going to happen. So I guess cutting off the extra K is worth not getting a good picture of the lighthouse. These trail markers are showing up about every kilometer now, counting down the kilometers. Well, we're through that part and back into some civilization. Not that we're ever far away from it. Well, that's one of the more unusual markings.
I'll say.
Big wooden arrow showing us the way. Time for a beer. Ah, everybody we know has stopped in here. So we couldn't resist stopping for a beer at that pub. So we were there for about 45 minutes swapping stories and laughing, having a good time. But we're back on the trail now, and that is where we're headed. It's about 8K away. The last few days we've been walking through the very affluent areas. This here looks more like a where the average people would live, but still beautiful. Great neighborhood. And we've got a really unusual structure happening right here. And that's all made out of stone. This was built for the pilgrims, so they can go in there and cool off their feet and fill their water bottles. Look at that. We just came down the hill into the village, walking down all the narrow streets. We're not staying here tonight. We've got about another 3K to go before we get to our hotel in the next village. But it's pretty cool walking through here. This is awesome. Well, today was a bit of an off day for me and Wayne, as I had some severe blisters that I needed a day off, and Wayne had some knee issues, so he took the day off as well. So we opted not to walk, and we took the bus from Sabria up to Vigo. It was about an hour-long bus ride, 22K in all, but it went through all the neighborhoods and stopped at all the bus stops and picked people up and left people off. So it took about an hour, but we got here and then walked from the bus stop to the hotel and checked in, and then went and walked around the city for the next couple of hours. And we're waiting for the crew to arrive. They should be here any minute now. The reason I had to take the day off is because of severe blisters. I don't know if you can see that or not, but on my heel is just massive blister. And not only is it blistered, it's got a bunch of bruising around it. I think I have some very ill-fitting shoes. It was time to take a break. If I kept going, it would just get worse and worse, and then I wouldn't be able to walk. So take the day off. We'll reassess things in the morning, and hopefully I can walk again. I'm not sure about Wayne. His knee is pretty bad, pretty swollen. I don't think that's going to recover in 24 hours. But I'm not sure my blisters will either. But we'll see. Tomorrow morning we'll tell. We'll reassess things. And if I think I can go, we'll put Compeed on it and take off. I've also made some adjustments to the shoe too. I had to cut a big piece off the back of the insole to give me my heel a bit more room back there, so it's not so uncomfortable. We'll see if that works. If it does, great. If not, then I guess I'll be riding bus again tomorrow. Having said that, it's not such a bad thing. We spent the afternoon wandering around the city, having a lunch and checking out shoe stores. I was considering buying another set of shoes, but every time I tried one on, it didn't feel any different than the shoes I've got. So I thought, well, that would just be a waste of money and probably still have the same problems.